the signs, the exiles shall be there. All are not the same, but three shall be as one. Freedom in flame, the end has just begun. Strands may break alone, but twisted make a braid. Together on their own, the journey shall be made. Huddled in the cold, backs against the storm. The timid and the bold, they keep each other warm. Shivering alone, but joined are unafraid. Together on their own, the journey shall be made. The journey shall be when the stars align, the rights shall come to bear. Illuminate the signs, the exiles shall be there. Strands may break alone, but twisted make a braid. Together on their own, the journey shall be made. The journey shall be made. The journey shall be made. The journey shall be made.
Good afternoon, everybody. Good evening. I still have my stuff on listen mode. That was weird to hear my own voice come out of my speakers. Are you most excellent people doing tonight? I'm going to kick the stream off with a little bit of image editing here. I am still sick, so I am still sounding super duper deep, which is not necessarily a bad thing. How's your Saturday been, Lucy? Did you end up hitting that bar? If you did, I hope your hangover's not too bad. orders in here. Here we go. Edge that shirt out of here. Okay. Do a little bit of tinkering with perspective and warp here. Because we don't quite have the dad face at the right angle here. It's going to look a little bit scarred regardless of what we do here. But, you know. Ooh, a little bit too aggressive on making erase. Now I'm erasing the wrong level. Fuck. Fuck. Okay. This might be one of the least good ones that I do, actually. just because of the angle it's at. That's not so bad. Hey, good girl, how you doing? Welcome to Dad is Sick. So Dad is gonna speak to you in a very, very deep voice. We're going to get into some gameplay shortly here. I started this playthrough right off the back of completing Transistor yesterday, so I didn't actually create any art assets for it. So I figured, you know, ease into the stream by doing a little something in Photoshop first. How's your weekend treating you? How are you doing? Only here for a little bit. Moving out with the kiddos. I love that. Love to hear it. Select these pixels. I'm trying to get it to select inverse. Oh. Select the pixel. Select inverse. Not doing what I want. Oh. Do this now. Should do. Which movie are you guys watching? Good girl. No idea yet. Have you watched The Wild Robot? I've heard it's really good. It's really, really good kids movie. Tinker with darkening down this color a bit. go. Out. Alright. Now I just got to do the hand. And we'll get into some gameplay. Down to a 2 brush here. For a bit of detail work around the nails. Hey. Snowed once, chat. Once. My body's like, oh, we're sick. Winter. I'm a little nervous meeting up with the guy on Monday in public. Don't lecture me. Well, you're doing. I don't need to lecture you. You're doing smart things. Meeting in public. Smart. Won't end up dead in a dumpster somewhere if you meet up in public. Dad approved. Face is still kind of the wrong angle, but okay. So what are you and this new guy planning to do? Real good girl. Don't just say fuck. Actually, you know what? If you are gonna just fuck, I have no judgments there either. Get that nut. Walk around in a pucker now. Definitely not missing things later. Get that nut. Get it. I hope it all works out awesome for you. Real good though. Hey Lucy, if you're around, last time you were in here a couple of days ago, you were saying you were having a bunch of issues with your current guy and his kid and all sorts of nonsense. How's that all going? You know what, if you don't feel comfortable updating me on that in stream, feel free to slip me a DM or not. As the case may be, it's none of my business. I just want to check up on you. Thanks for the alert. Okay. I'm happy enough with that. I can't really turn the word pyre into anything incorporating the word dad, because it would just become dad. Which makes no sense whatsoever. So we'll just save that. Hop back over to the starting stream page and change the asset out to the dad version of it. Back to oh. Okay, it's a bit more visible. my Steam fired up. Just doing a quick be right back screen so I don't dox any of the other accounts on my machine. He's old. Steam. Of course, Steam is now dragging its behind loading. There we go. Oh god, I've lost my chat window. Shit. Hopefully that's not going to break the resolution or anything. Sweet. Big Birch Roots is a sickly gathering of bog dwellers who stay within the shadows, yet you can feel their eyes surveying everything. The lone minstrel steps forward, and in that brief interlude, Dad will adjust his microphone. There we go.
Salindum sabe.
Sand Sarah. Those words are enough to make the bog dwellers snap to attention. They emerge from the mud and dark and begin inspecting your black wagon with their strange tools. One of the bog dwellers slithers forth. She is larger than the rest and leaves no doubt that she is in command of the others.
Thou speakest the name Sandal. Whereabouts? Reveal them to us.
Catansare.
Good day to you, Big Gertrude. It is a pleasure to meet you at last, for Sandal always spoke highly of you and your handiwork.
Did he? Did he? In turn, we know who thou must be. Yet thou speakest of the past. San Dom. Speak plain and quick.
Cogna benedictus.
To be quite frank with you, I do not know for certain, for I have been apart from him for quite some time, carrying out his will. Though I have every faith that I, Sandal, would live. As for his current whereabouts, I understand he awaits us somewhere in waking room beyond the waters. We wish to seek him there, though you can see our wagon is ill-suited for the task. The one called Bertrude frowns at this, studying the lone minstrel all the while.
Indeed. Then leave us or return at dawn. That is all.
La Forte Varus.
By your grace, big Bertrude. The lone minstrel turns away, but Hedwig stops him. Hold on, are you sure about this? Leaving the wagon in their care?
Stasare.
All should be in accordance with my client's plan. You keep calling Sandalwood your client. He must reward you well.
Delta.
In a manner of speaking, he helped me find a sense of purpose, thought lost. Edward nods at this and turns to you. Well, my friend, I guess we'll see what happens, right? I'm off to let the others know. You find yourself with time for your vocation, while the bog dwellers go about their business. I don't want small global bonuses. I want to make my team strong. Me? Oh, of course. Please tell me something I don't know, for there's lots of it. You sit down with Ray to go over some of the subtler aspects of it, such as the state of banishment and how to return from it. You sense he is beginning to understand. The 8 scribes, they so inspire me, and now I feel like I've grown somehow closer to them, maybe. More speed. The more I think on it, I think I don't like it very much. The lone minstrel finds you early the next day.
Migeratus tanta.
Rain. It is rain. Please come and look. The others already dead. The lone minstrel beckons you to come see the wagon. The black wagon appears different now than it did even a day before. The hull is fully sealed and reinforced. All manner of nautical equipment adorns the port sign. Wow. You people seeing this? I'm gonna have a look around.
Atracarum parat.
The wagon should be fit for a sea voyage. Let us depart at your earliest convenience. What about Big Bertrude? She then appears as if on cue.
Tell the son. He owes us twice. Oh,
If I may, Big Bertrude, you could tell him yourself if you wish to accompany us in our voyage north. Our group would welcome someone of your vast experience.
dare they make flirtations upon us?
No,
Enough. But should he see that Sandal would tell him to also come and visit us again. Now be gone here and tell no one that we were paid big thoughts.
She slithers off without another word. Soon, the lone minstrel breaks at the sight.
Ostia recognare.
We are fortunate that she assisted us. But, should we go just as she said, we should go just As she said, I know the navigational control and shall explain. This is so exciting. I don't know how to swim. Scream. Izo seems to share Ray's enthusiasm for heading out to sea. I am beginning to feel ill already. The Sea of Solace awaits. You have not yet been to this region of the downside. Before she left, Big Bertrude shared knowledge of a current that should draw you out to sea. They reused that sound effect, that home sound effect in Hades. You and your companions watch the sea as your wagon rolls over the gentle waves.
Era feijão.
We have crossed into the world. The tempestuous Sea of Solace lies beyond this death-still body of water. Exiled worms from the sea dominion naturally congregate around. I hope that all of you are acclimating. I hope that all of you are acclimating well. There's no acclimating to these worm-infested waters. We risk everything to sail here.
Nunca parathus.
As long as we follow the cold current Big Bertrude indicated, we shall be safe. If the next ride is in the middle of this sea, how will our adversaries meet us there?
Origasta.
They shall find their way as we find ours. It is all part of the scribe's design. Now, please confirm the point on our sea journey. We seek the hull of Orm. The carcass of the doomed exploring vehicle, Dazuraban, lost in the waters of the downside. Well, doesn't look like I got much choice here, do I? The wagon continues rolling gently across the waves, which seems to you a welcome change of pace after having come from flagging hands not very long ago. However, Judariel seems more concerned now than before, and paces ceaselessly. When she notices Ruki, she stops him for some questioning. Greentail, how is he doing? Who, Headwheel? Oh, he's pretty much the same. Been up all night, wretched into waters, if I had to guess. His first time out at sea? His first. She turns to you. Reader, please check on Headwind when you have the opportunity. He requires our support, and we require swift recovery. You wish them good afternoon as you go check up on the others in the group. Later, you find Headwind looking out of sorts. Oh, hello, my friend. It's just the sea hasn't been good for me, I guess. It's funny, all this trouble just to get back to the Commonwealth, of all places. Hey, tell me something. What do you miss the most about that place? I have to pick the food, and I'm melting with that. Come on. You confess to him that you do miss Commonwealth cuisine. Not that you often got to eat your fill of it or anything. The food, well, that's a surprise. I always thought the food was terrible. Ha ha, hope you're not offended. You just, I think maybe you haven't tried real food. One day, if we look out and we find ourselves decent ingredients, I'll cook something for you, okay? Anyway, I'll be fine, I think. Thank you for checking up. You sense he wishes to be alone. There's not much to be done for him now. I'm sorry for my interruption, reader. Please confirm again the next point on our voyage. By the scraps, the sea. I didn't know it was so beautiful. My opera's just gone. I can't do the high-pitched voice I was doing for her yesterday. Shit. Having escaped the waters of the Wormgull, you can now see what must be the hulk of Oars far on the horizon. Not everyone has taken well to the sea voyage, however. He's always wondering if Edwin is feeling better. He requires further rest, Tizo. All we can do is wish him a safe, swift recovery. Free to serve from this point, our voyage must divert from Bertrude's instructions. Please consult with your companions about which course to take. The south current towards the hulk of Oars teems with fish and other life. Tizo wants to fish for something tasty. The north current towards the hulk of Oars, maybe it's Ores, I don't know, runs as quick as Under King Ores himself. I'm going to say Ores. Ray believes that the 8 scribes shall bless you. Food. The sea is peaceful for the most part, save for the occasional strange shimmers beneath the surface. You realize that the minstrel is looking down at them along with those shapes down there. Some must be wearers of the sea dominion cast into exile. I understand they tirelessly fought Commonwealth's wars, having grown weary their own. They must make a worthy adversary. Scraha! Tizo appears to have spotted something tasty. Tizo dives without warning into the depths below. And there he goes again. That one enjoys being at the sea, despite its peril. Eventually, the little imp resurfaces, touching something in his claws. Tizo caught a spotted slug. He would always sell it. At last you arrive at the hulk of Orin. After journeying across the sea, it seems the next rite is to commence here soon, though there is no sign of your next adversaries yet.
Oh, hey, you guys. Funny running into you out here, right in the middle of the drink. You know what I mean? Not a lot of customers today, so have a look. I'll give you a good deal.
Take my fish.
Right, Ace. A handful won't go.
Ah, you guys are really my favorite customers, you know. Among the black wagon's seafaring equipment, Edwin uses it to signal when food is ready. A limbless, cold-blooded creature rescued from the sea. It is fully grown and has led a rich. Reader, a moment of your time. You ask what's on her mind. Edwin, he is beginning to recover from his illness. However, its sudden onset serves as a reminder, I believe. I have known Edwin since he was a child. Even now I hesitate to say that he has grown. Nevertheless, there are such things that even I would never say to him directly. For instance, I struggle with his confidence at times, whether he leads us to our freedom or our doom. I am ambivalent. Speak not a word of this to him, of course, in case that is unclear. I shall tell him in my own way, and if and when time requires. In any case, when times remind me of his mortal weakness, I end up having to consider what should happen should we become separated permanently. She trails off a while. What I mean to say is, you should know that I am fully pledged now to this quest of ours, whether Edwin is the one to lead us to its end or not. I have my reasons. One of them is him. I expect the same holds true for you. That is all I wished to say. Take care, reader. She nods and brushes past you towards the door. The Emperor Soliamar knew naught of this, of course. His expedition yielded not the treasure he desired, but brought him closer to the country than he ever had before, and ever had been before. As he travelled down the river Slorian in pursuit of greed, he found instead an inkling of shame. He saw the sunken faces of his people, heard their words for him. In time he could not ignore it, and it proved more than he could bear. The river finally claimed him, his belongings, and his retinue. Once the people heard, I understand they cried with joy. Perhaps he ought to have perished, but the mercy shown to him, I think, is what transformed him. You called for me, lovely reader? Alright, commence this right. Having landed at the hulk of Ores, you and your fellow exiles now anticipate the hour that the rites are to commence again. What do you think, Tizo? Don't I look just like Mr. Hedwig? Ooh. Tizo is worried that Hedwin is still feeling unwell. Wait, I think, what's that? A serpentine creature emerges from the water, followed by several others of its kind. You recognize it as a worm from the seed. What they are all doing here, you see plain by their ritual raiments. The nearest one somehow loosens its. Good sirs and good ladies, so it is that you heed the summons to glorious competition against this knight and his brigade. Well then, let us do battle now and without delay. More than our freedom is at stake here, but our very honor.
this knight fully intends to reclaim his. Oh, and lest this knight forget, he is called Sir Gilman. He salutes you on behalf of the Pyre Hearts until the contest.
He splashes out of view, just as the stars above him begin to shimmer with strange light.
Relentless, aren't we, reader? Even the vastness of the sea was not enough to thwart your coming here unto the hulk of Orus. You would be wise not to underestimate your adversaries here, despite their pitiable look. I am, of course, referring to the Pyre Hearts. These rites are but another war to them, and that makes you their mortal enemy. I expect your battle to be glorious.
Your fellow exiles are gathered upon the rotting deck of the hulk of Orez as your adversaries clamber into view. Ruki paws up.
Say, what are you worms even doing here? Can't you just swim back to the Commonwealth or the Sea Dominion or wherever it is you're from? Aha! An excellent point! It seems that these adversaries in the rites are clever, wouldn't you say, sire? Yeah, just get rid of them already, Gilman. As your commanding officer, this knight hereby commands it. Hark! This knight wishes to introduce his noble commander. No Wyrm knight in history has withstood as many front-line battles. Doff your helm, sire, as is our custom. May our adversaries tremble at the sight of you.
Sir Gilman attends to his commander's mast, despite his protest.
Wait! Give this knight his mask! This knight hereby presents to you the great Sir Deluge.
He's a petty worm knight of the Sea Dominion who somehow survived countless battles.
A noble visage, is it not?
Sir Deluge trembles at his
So yes, you can swim or no? Ah, of course we knights can swim. All knights of the Sea Dominion can. But we are exiles in this land.
wait, that's the wrong accent.
We are exiled in this land, same as ye. We can swim, 'tis true, but 'tis summarily impossible to swim back up the river down which we were flushed to end up here. Nay, but there is one way to return. Silence, Gilman! Nobody cares! Back to your post!
Sir Gilman hesitates, but does as he is told.
This knight knows who you are, Nightwings, and he is not afraid of you.
He somehow climbs back into his mast and coils up to his full height.
Now, in God!
The exiles of the Wyrm Triumvirate take their positions as you focus on the Book of Rites. Reader, Edwin's illness means he cannot help us here. He shall be counting on us.
Who shall conduct this rite?
And you,
Dariel.
and you, and you.
Pray
Terios?
now.
Oh, wow! Oh, I got my voice back. Oh, wow! I've heard so many tales about the Worm Knights. I thought they would be more impressive, though. Gelman, status report! What is the enemy's position? They now stand ready to confront us, sire. A very brave triumvirate they seem to this night, sire. Brave air-sucking monsters, one and all! Pyre hearts, be ready!
Commence. Your
Jesus
Pyre is
Christ.
the first to falter.
Juke me.
The orb, take it. Empire shan't survive much more of that. It seems the Nightwings are a bit ahead. Headlong goes Sir Gilman into flame. 'Tis too close to call who shall prevail as yet. Your pyre sputters.
They're so fast.
Gilman, your form, it's sloppy! Fight them as though your miserable life is on the line! Your words do wound me, sire. This knight gives every right his very, very best. Though perhaps we do have much to learn from such a brave triumvirate as the one whom we now face. Whose side are you on? Get out there and vanquish them at once!
Our adversaries stand divided. Let us take advantage of that opening.
There seems to be dissension in your adversary's ranks. 'Tis little wonder these are the scribes. Let's see you Nightwings keep this up. Now to the flame. Empire weakens. Now go on just once more. There. The Worm Knight somehow did it.
So close.
Unfortunate dream.
So quick. What the fuck?
Stand not in glory's path. United in banishment. And it is done.
Victory.
The Nightwings prevail. They somehow managed to scrape by despite their adversaries' efforts. Thus end this night's proceedings.
I expected more of the Worm Knights of the Sea Dominion.
Those worms are quick, alright. Rookie Greentail's quicker.
The sea was making me a little queasy, honestly, but we won. We won.
This knight commends you, noble Nightwing. Gloriously fought indeed, and this knight shall wistfully remember this defeat until the end of his days. Silence, Gilman! This is all your fault, and now cavorting with our enemies. How dare you! This knight was but attempting honorary compliments, sire. Is that not in accordance with rights to praise one's adversary on a worthy outcome? Worthy? This knight will show you worthy, you miserable little minnow! You are a failure, Gilman! Get now from this knight's sight!
What stirs now in the hearts of all these exiles? Until the next right.
After thwarting in a close contest, you at last return to the wagon with your companions. is little discussion of the Pyrehearts, who seem to have already swam off towards whatever the next stars direct. Instead, your fellow exile's attention turns toward your companion, who was absent from the right. How is Edwin? The lone minstrel makes a sound, but no words form as yet. Something is troubling. I urged him to remain bareheaded, and he simply would not listen. I'm very sorry, but
Wait, what?
everyone stares at the lone minstrel in stunned silence. The lone minstrel breathes a heavy sigh. Then, hey, what's with the long faces, everyone? Minstrel, I should wring that neck of yours. As I was attempting to explain, Edwin is already up and about. Despite my having strongly recommended further rest. Those that are unaccustomed to sea voyage and ill, they are very likely to experience further symptoms if they do not remain bedridden or at least sedentary. Edwin is running considerable risk of having to spend another night in great discomfort.
What are you, a doctor?
Nay, although I traveled once with one extensive. Look, I appreciate your caution and concern, Tariq, but I'm pretty well accustomed to discomfort here, and I had to see how things turned out tonight. I haven't had to stay out of a ride like that before. So if you're back among the living, then, Edwin, I was just seasick. Nevertheless, your full recovery requires a rest. I think we all could use some rest after tonight. Anyway, thank you everyone for your concern, and I'm sorry that I worried you or caused you further burden. He turns to you. My friend, what do you say we figure out where to go next? I'm beginning to miss being on solid ground. You follow him outside where the night sky awaits. Hey, I wanted to thank you for conducting the ride back there without me being there. I could rest easy knowing you and the others would get through. Anyway, I'll leave you to your reading. Can't begin to imagine where we'll be up to next. We're well past anywhere on the downside I've ever been. Even Jody this far. He bids you a good evening as you turn your attention back to the sky. The stars shine down upon you. Where the heck is it? Ah, nope, that's where I am. There we are. Still further north, then. Not simply north. This shall prove difficult. What's the problem? Our destination is beyond the deathless tempest. The storm that arose after the death of the sea titan unfathomed Plurnes has never entirely subsided. A vessel such as ours has a little hope of reversing it in back. Can we go around it? Given our confrontation with the Pyre House, our chances in back in Wormhale water would even worse.
Come on, people. It'll just be like another day on the downside. Go get yourself some sleep while you still can. Bet you'll feel better in the morning.
Your optimism is infectious.
Isn't it?
You all concur that rest is in order, for the sea journey has been taxing to everyone. Come daybreak, you shall have to find a way to sail past the deathless tempest. Tizo has been in a rather cheerful mood since being out at sea and seems pleased to see you. Tizo is grateful, having the opportunity to catch a fish, for old time's sake. Tizo is asking if you want to know why he loves fishing so much. You sense his inquiry is rhetorical in nature, so you anticipate his response. Tizo loves catching fish because he hates them and everything they stand for. He has devoted his life to the eradication of their kind ever since they killed his family. He seems on the verge of tears, though as far as you are aware, imps cannot cry. Then he leers at you, eyes wide, expecting a response. Seems he told you a joke. You muster your best belly laugh following Tizo's joke. He stares at you sidelong for a moment. Tizo admits the real reason he loves catching fish is because Falcon Ron pays a lot of soul for them. He snickers back at you and bounces off. A visit from my favorite reader. What is the occasion? There is an undulation I have sensed, reader, which means, I think, that your black wagon sails the seas. Am I not right? Of course I am. She laughs at this, or herself perhaps. I scarce remember the sea. It has been a little while since I bathed in it, you understand. My memories of it are wistful nonetheless, although if I remember correctly, the Sea of Solace is a disgusting mockery of the Emerald Seas near the Empire. The Empire of Sar dominated the known world for millennia, till the doomed reign of Soliam Mur. Do be careful out there, will you? Now let me cease my prattling, lest I extend my sentence by another such eternity or two. We had best stick to business. Until our next appointment. Right then. Onward up. Words. The south current towards the storm wall brims with large sea creatures. Tizo seems very eager to see the wagon head in this direction. The north current towards Stormwall passes by old carcasses of ships long gone. Ruki spotted wreckage in the area and believes they could be valuables. I do be liking some valuables. The remnants of a shattered fleet do little to raise the confidence of your companions, given that the massive deathless tempest rages to the north, not far from your position. We ought to be more concerned with that storm than in finding trinkets, Greendale.
Oh, relax already, Jody, and let me do my job. If I don't show up when you're out there keeping watch and start telling you to come off it now, do I?
You interrupt me in the middle of my work no fewer than 4 times per day. They go on like this for some time before turning to you. Investigating the wreckage is going to take time, but you may find something to show for it. And why not? You suggest that it may be well worthwhile to continue searching through the wreckage after having come this far. Ruki grins wide.
You knew you'd sit my way, Joe. Now, let's see what we can get.
After an exhaustive search.
Sorry, Joe. I think I was just chasing the refraction of the sun or something. There's nothing down there.
Jodariel fumes at all of this, but says nothing. Shit. You and your companions look upon the deathless tempest. Stars demand you sail beyond it, yet the very thought is beyond reason. Then, something in the nearby water stirs, and from it springs something familiar.
Oh, good ladies and sirs, this knight beseeches you to hear him if you please.
What is it now, Wyrm? The rites are ended. We have no further need of you.
Oh, but you do, and in turn this knight has further need of you, good lady.
Out with it, then.
Let us be joined! Let this knight join you, please!
Can you believe this, Edwin? Not really, no.
Nay, look ye not so surprised. Your valor in the right stir this poor knight's soul. He swears to you upon his long-lost honor as a would-be knight-errant of the sea dominion that he shall serve you to the end.
What about your other Wyrm friend there, the Pyre?
They are base cowards! This knight can no longer abide such spineless characters, having witnessed true glory in our clash upon the hulk of Ores. Never before have we been trounced so thoroughly. And furthermore, this knight shall aid your passage through the deathless tempest. Is it not so that you seek passage to the north? With this knight's aid, you shall achieve your wish.
Sir Gilman continues to persuade you for quite some time. He seems to know a way across the storm, some sort of long-held secret among Wyrm's exiled to these waters. Jodariel pulls the rest of you aside, after Hedwyn gives her a look. Are you most sure that Sandalwood would want this thing along? Mostly sure. Sandalwood wants someone for each mast, and this one seems to be about as good as we're gonna get. Jodariel glowers back at the Wyrm, who tries his best to look presentable. Edwin is more gracious. He tells Sir Gilman that if he promises to help you cross the deathless tempest, then he can come along. For now.
This knight is overjoyed, and he hereby swears to see you past the storm. Though first, this knight requires your consent. Give unto this knight your blessing, and in the name of the Nightwings, and thus he shall go forth.
Big pardon? As you begin to say something in triumph, Sir Gilman cries out in triumph. He vanishes into the depths. Yet, through this close encounter with him, you cling to some sense of where he is going, and what he intends to do. Determined to prove himself to you and the Nightwings, Sir Gilman emerges somewhere in the outer reaches of the Sea of Solace and calls out to you.
Master Reader, if you can hear this knight, then he implores you now. Lend him your guidance. This knight's objective ought not be far east of here. Today we shall bring peace to the embroiled sea. Know, however, that among this knight's brethren, the actions we are about to take are highly forbidden. But they are highly just.
Thus, Sir Gilman sets forth to quell the storm that rages to the north. Look at me go! Look at William boy! Ow!
Hark! Yonder, yonder.
There you guys, voice right.
Hark! Yonder lie the foul spawn of the unfathomed Plurnes, boiling the seas with their wrath. Exiled worms within these waters have long harbored these abominations, using them to bar passage through the downside's channels for any save this night's own kind. Begone from here, fiends! This night shall finish what the Underking Ores started.
Don't know what I'm doing. Okay. Bubbles were foul spawn, it seems.
Oh, hold it right there, you traitorous slug! How dare you turn your back on this knight? To your superior! Superior by right no longer. For now we no longer serve the Commonwealth. Ask this knight check. Here you hold no sway over this knight. Oh, and what have you done to the spawn? Have you no honor left at all? This knight has done which required doing. His honor cannot sink much lower anyhow. He figured this would be an ideal time to free himself from servitude to you. Why, you dare to staunch the Tempest? Those Nightwings? Good Sir Deluge. This knight was born to dare! Now come and fight this knight if you so dare as well! Oh, my hearts banish him! That is an order!
My fucking voice.
You see, Gilman, you shall ever be inferior, even amongst the weakest of our kind. Gilman, where did you go? Gilman! Gilman!
But Sir Gilman's banishment served as the perfect ruse for him to elude his adversary and return to his newfound allies.
This knight would say that it was an honor serving you, Sir Deluge, but that would be a bald-faced lie, and yet another stain upon his blackened reputation. Until we meet again. Wait, you lowly traitor! This knight will have your head! Gilman!
As the day wears on, There is still no sign of the worm. Your companions were restless. But then...
Hail! This knight returns with the newfound tales to tell, and new scars to show for them.
Sir Gilman is sopping wet and visibly shaken. He struggles to maintain decorum. He is, in short, the very image of a worm.
And more importantly, that little tempest ought no longer pose a threat for now. Behold!
As if on cue, the deathless tempest begins to simmer and subside. Would you look at that? He really did it.
Of course, this knight did it. Now, it would be all right with you. This knight could really use some shut-eye.
The Worm Knight then collapses in exhaustion. You and Hedwyn help him up. A deal's a deal, Sir Gilmer. Welcome to the Night Wings.
Huzzah!
With Sir Gilman's aid, you managed to breach the tempest. You were true to your word, Worm. I shall give you that. But now what? We are stranded in this cursed storm.
A most excellent question, and from one most fair.
Call me that once more, and I shall tie you in a knot.
And from one most spirited as well. This knight was wise to side with ye.
Just where do we turn from here? Answer the question now. Sir Gilman does no such thing, although eventually he does make note of a specific current that should lead you to the lands beyond. If I may, I can corroborate Sir Gilman's account. We are close to making land. And let me be the first to say, let's go.
Say, Dari?
Rookie, what is it?
That note you're always counting around. You know how to play that thing, don't you?
Why, I suppose I do.
Good. 'Cause I'm thinking it's a little gloomy here. We could use a tune to lighten up the mood, know what I mean?
Let me see what I can do.
For the salt and roiling sea, the moon begins
Voice is
to
much higher than the one I've given him.
The valley ran with sorrowful tears and filled the waters high. The misty morning over the brine belies a leaden sky. The stars all hide away from the chill until the evening rise. Oh, oh,
At last your wagon rumbles onto solid, jagged ground. The land called face him.
The Titan man
Black glass, searing vapor, and strangling forests mark the forsaken lands that loom across the sea.
she leaves her stain on the place. The tempest
Your fellow exiles unpack the wagon so you can take stock of how best to reach your next destination.
and shakes 1,000 years gone by. Oh,
You approach Sir Gilman, who must have just finished practicing his fencing maneuver. He regards you with his single eye.
Hail, Master Reader. This knight is determined to train harder, having joined the famous Nightwing. He shall ensure this triumvirate continues to live to its most feared reputation. This is such an honor, and this knight has a great deal of honor to regain. Having fled the Pyre hearts, this knight fully expects now to conduct the rites in a most honorable fashion, to the fullest letter of the law described within the books. Some triumvirates this knight has met, and perchance mentioned by name. They are inclined to bend the rules a bit, sometimes a lot, and to prevail by any means they can. But this is wrong! The exile who refuses to obey the rules, as they were written by the Under King Ores and his 7 friends, deserves neither his honor nor his freedom. Thusly does this knight have confidence that the Master Reader shall resist any temptations to conduct the rites in any underhanded fashion. Now then, this knight must undergo a thorough cleansing, having trained until the point of foulness. So, please excuse him, Master Reader. He slithers off, humming some sort of chivalrous tune. You find that Hedwyn has asked for several volunteers to scout the area and report back. All right, everyone, don't go too far, and let's meet back by dusk. Please use caution. The exiles dwelling in these lands are, well, rather territorial. For your part, you remain with the black wagon to keep watch. You see occasional dark shapes soaring across the sky, but none of them draw near enough for you to see in any detail. Eventually, your companions make their way back, and everyone arrives as planned, or earlier. Hi everyone, I'm back, I've come back. Ray returns from the east with little to report, save for word that the glowing molten rock there is very, very hot. This knight yet lives, although he has a little to report.
The newest member of the group, Sir Gilman, returns from a northern pass, visibly shaken. He appears to have discovered an intense fear of heights. Izo wonders whether any species of fish live in the pools or rocks nearby. The little imp Tizo seems disappointed to have left the water behind. He remains with you near to the wagon. There is a western pass that seems traversable. If we travel by the light of dawn, the shadows and crags may well cover our advance against whomever may be watching. Begging your pardon, I do not wish to contradict your strategy, madam. Though, in my experience, we shall not remain hidden for long during the climb towards the nest of Trieste. The exiled harp matriarch lived in solitude amongst these very cliffs. The exile of the highwaying remnants. You may have no love for them inherently, but they have no such qualms with me for now. I may be able to negotiate safe passage. Negotiate with them? Then Headwind steps in as the lone minstrel bows and backs away. Hey, let's not decide. Just kidding. We're not going anywhere right now. That much we can agree on. We'll decide how best to go ahead come morning. For now, let's take the rest of the afternoon and get our beer. Dariel glares at the skies. Everyone else disperses. More mentoring, more power. Who is closest to leveling up? Dariel, but Rookie needs more. Sure, Charm, I could go for some enlightenment right about now. Might take the edge off. You and Rookie spend some time reviewing some of the specific aspects of the rites, such as the properties of the aura. You sense you gain something from it. Faster, stronger, and a little better looking too. I mean, is there anything I can't handle? I think I get it. Just don't test me on it in the morning, chum. The high road to the nest of Trieste is patrolled by the Commonwealth's ancient enemies. The lone minstrel believes he can negotiate safe passage with the harps via this path. The low road to the nest of Trieste passes through razor-sharp sands. Jadariel wishes to avoid the harps by staying on low ground. Show yourselves, frightened little birds. All day long, winged shadows cross the sun. You are being watched. Dariel is very unhappy about it, but the lone minstrel now attempts to calm her. Perhaps I can communicate with him. Please believe me, madam, when I say your enmity towards the harps had best be held in check. Dariel looks at him with fury in her eyes, yet he retains his calm demeanor. Soon she grants his request with a silent gesture, then he calls towards them and says, Good sisters, we are humble travelers, such as you, and beg your leave. We journey by the sea and seek safe passage through your land. We shall not disturb your hunting or your nest. The request is met with nothing but silence. You search in vain for any indication of acknowledgement. Then, without notice, one of them appears. She swoops the minstrel up and out of sight before Judariel can respond. Damnation, wait here. I shall go find him. For a long, terrible moment, you are alone. Soon, however, the lone minstrel returns, amid the sound of flapping wings. He dusts his cloak and calls out to them, toward them. We thank you for your hospitality, good sisters. We shall be on our way. Having seen this, Judariel returns, sullen. The exiles of the Highwing remnants are letting you pass, for now. It seems that they are having some dispute within their ranks and wish for no further troubles for the time. It is a warning, one that leaves Judariel fuming. At last you arrive at the nest of Trieste, and the next rite is soon to commence. You cannot shake the feeling that unseen eyes watched your wagon's ascent, and remain watching now.
Oh, hey, you guys. What brings you way out here? No way, don't tell me. I don't want to know. All I want is you to get the best deals on the downside.
Best character in the game. Falcon Ron.
Thanks for my
The wild Ellie has graced your street. Thank you. Welcome in. Hey, Brian. How's it going? I am punishing my voice with this game and the many voices it requires of me. My emperor lay there, bleeding and alone, stranded in a bitter land beyond the river. With fleeting consciousness, he understood the folly of his quest and the folly of his rule over his country. Thus did he await the last embrace. It was the imp Haub that nursed him back to health and warned him often of the dangers he would have to face. Many enemies of Mur would come in search for him, some under employment by the rope caller, some longing openly for cold, uncomplicated vengeance. I was one of them. I plunged into the river willingly. We needed to be sure that he was dead. Brian, how is your stream? Ellie, how is your Saturday going? There you are again, my lovely reader. How may I be of service? So then, Brian, thank you for the resub. I appreciate you. So then, we are back on solid land or something like it. Then this must be Black Basin. Flames and noxious fumes on one side, suffocating forest on the other. Lovely place, lovely place. So good of you to take me here. You truly would pursue those blasted stars into the farthest corners of this land, it seems. Though I had better cease my blasphemy, or else the scribes themselves might just descend from up on high and strike me with another much-deserved penalty. The thrill of such transgressions, reader. Sometimes it keeps me going. Not that I have any real choice. Now we had best get back to our normal business, as it were. Did you complete Atom Wake 2, Brian? Or just made some more progress? Let us do this all again sometime. Commence the right. Just some progress. The game gets you lost a lot. Yeah. You and your fellow exiles gather on the blasted lands called the Nest of Trieste, expecting the imminent commencement of the rites. You see no sign of adversaries. Then you hear a whooshing sound above. This, then, is what passes for the Nightwings now. Such a rabble, not even dressed for the occasion yet. It seems the scribes have little pride in their tradition. I don't know what accent this is. Hold your tongue, little bird. You have not come for talk. No, you have come on behalf of your commonwealth. Mark my words, you horned filth. When at last we free ourselves, your home shall burn. Yeah, he says, I'm good. I'm waiting on a friend to get off work so Kiki and I can go get him so we can go out to eat. At first I read that you were going to go and eat him out and I was very confused. And slightly aroused. With that, the harp swoops off as Jodariel glowers after her. It is only then that you realize another harp has come. She is quite serious, I assure you. What style game is this? A weird one. It's very difficult to describe. Think Oregon Trail meets 3v3 basketball with magic and weirdness. But it's very cozy. It's very narration heavy, which is obviously wonderful for me being sick right now. She's quite serious, I assure you. I can help you sort her out. It's in our mutual interest. You know naught of my mutual interest. Let's give this another shot. Hi, my name is Pamather Thane. She appears to be one of the winged harps of the High Wing remnants, now bound in exile. Did I make any art for it yet? Yes, it was just a single face swap and like hand recolor. Ultra simple. There's certainly one. Shit. I do the fucking accent. There's certainly one back there. That was my blood sister. No need to judge her harshly, though. We've only just met just now. Although I must say, something about you reminds me of her. How dare you implicate I have anything in common with your ilk? Just then, Hedwyn shows up to intervene. He whispers something to Jodariel. No, Hedwyn, you cannot be serious. Jody, I'm asking you to trust me on this one. Am I perhaps interrupting something? Say, by the by, how do you make it all this way across the sea? Didn't see you flying. Trust is something I am loath to give away, Edwin. But you have set our course thus far, and I have followed, so do as you must. That sandalwood had better have an explanation for all this. Jodariel storms off as Hedwyn turns to you. What's your take on this one, my friend? Our informant wants someone for each mass. I hadn't expected we'd run into a harp, yet here she is. What are you getting from her? A reader, are you? Pleasure to make your acquaintance, darling. Well, here I am. Gaze intently all you like until you come. Fuck me, I'm doing a southern accent again. Everyone's southern in this game. Hold on. Reader, are you? Pleasure to make your acquaintance, darling. Well, here I am. Gaze intently all you like and tell your comrade there the truth of it, why don't you? You sense she is conflicted about something, though you do not know what. You also sense, however, that her motives here and now are earnest. I'll take her at her word. You tell Hedwyn that you think the group should take its chances with Pamitha and take her at her word. My thoughts as well. I think and hope Jordaria will come around. He then turns to Pamitha. Hedwyn will accept your offer on 2 conditions, if you'll hear me out. Conditions? Why? Wait. Conditions? Why, sure. I love a good condition or two. Hoppies are Scottish now. First, after we're finished here tonight, you come along and make sure that your blood sister and her friends don't give us any trouble when we're headed out. Second, you will have to find us a way to get along with Jordaria, whom you met earlier. Brilliant! I had no plans to stick around here anyway. As for your demon friend, no doubt he'll get on famous. No, I don't suppose you have an extra set of raiments I could use, because I think the ride is getting started. You look up and see that she is right. Pamitha Thane joined you. She has a score to settle. Right, I'll stick my starting stream screen on so you can see the art. It was a real quick and dirty creation.
Reader, I thought for sure the stars would have eluded you by now. Yet here you are, somehow, upon the nest of
There you go.
Celesta. And you've swelled the ranks of your triumvirate not merely with another, but with 2. One from the Pyre heart, no less. And one who seeks the favor of the adversaries whom you'll imminently face. They are the essence. Winged terrors, as you soon shall see. Can your longing for freedom match their hatred for the vibrant country?
I couldn't change the logo because it's just a single word, so it'd end up with either Pyre or Dad. And just changing to Dad made no sense to me. So I left the logo on its own. You? What sort of heathen harp would dare take wing against us? Your new companion then loosens the bindings on her mask. Hello there, Tamitha. Pamitha's blood sister stares back a while before responding. What in the saint's name are you doing here with them? Doubtless came to dig your talons into my back again. No, sister. I've come to have a word with you. Save it. I cannot help but share your poisoned blood, but I shouldn't ever count you as my sister. You'd expect me to believe that you came all this way for talk. You waste your time as ever. Slav, if I keep slipping into an American accent now. I've been doing them for like so many hours. What's life if not a waste of time, dear sister? Give me a chance, why don't you? What do you have to lose anymore? Besides, come along with me. Shan't have come here, and but the time for talk is long past. If only you could see yourself again consorting with my enemies. Fine, savor their defeat, but I warn ye, stay away from me. Pamitha says nothing more as her blood sister turns away again. I am switching between an Irish, a Welsh, and a Scottish accent with every fucking character change, and it annoys the hell out of me. Listen to me, reader, darling. The rest of you are ill-equipped to navigate this place. Let me conduct this riot on your behalf, and my wings will bring you to victory. Dear lady, your words ring true. This knight is flattered that you have not eaten him, as is the tendency among your kind. This knight hereby volunteers his post in the
triumvirate for thee.
Sir Gillam refuses to participate in the rites this night, so that Pamitha can face her sister. You observe the treacherous terrain. Pamitha should be better suited to the rites here than the rest of you.
Now, let us get started.
Alright. More quickness.
Pamitha,
So, Brian, you want a bit of a backstory on how we got here and what's going on in the game? If the little bird is going to conduct the rites for us, then I shall not.
Tizo.
Okay, so at the start of this game we woke up in a desert on the verge of death. Then we were rescued by these three people with masks. We are in a land called the Downside, which is like this vast series of nightmarish terrains where people who are exiled from the Commonwealth are sent. Over millennia, the Commonwealth's rules and understandings of the words freedom and rights have changed, where now even being able to read is a crime that will get you banished, and the main character is a reader. So these people that saved us have a book of rights, and in that book of rights tells a way of navigating by the stars and performing something called rites. And if you complete all the rites, you can gain freedom from the Downside and return to the Commonwealth. So they took us in, they saved us on in exchange for us becoming their reader, basically, and guiding them along the way as per this book. And the right is basically 3v3 basketball with a few little extras. You know, makes perfect sense. I'm not a prophet. I'm literally a guy that knows how to read. You can count on me, my friend.
The choice is cast.
Like, most people can't read anymore because it's been outlawed. It's been outlawed for like thousands of years. Come then, sister. Perhaps when we are finished here, you'll spare a moment of your time. I shan't be tricked by you again, Pamitha. How poetic that when we meet here in the Downside, I can think of nowhere else where I would rather see you rot for what you did to our people and to me. Pamitha seems to sense your presence and then catches your attention. Hello there, reader darling. If I'm to be at mercy in all this, I'd like it very much if you could minimize how often I'm to wallow in a state of banishment. Quickly, let me show you what we sisters of the High Wing Remnant can do.
Reader, you put yourself amidst a feud between two sisters? That seems entirely unwise. Even for you.
He's not wrong.
Tread lightly around that exiled Pamitha. Her kind's all but forgotten Saint Triesta's grace.
See, darling, we harps, we're not so bad. Now I suppose we'd better get to work, hmm? Just don't go underestimating Tamitha over there. I'll trust you'll do the best you can. To the skies, sisters! Talon formation! God, I'm really struggling with these mid-pitched voices.
Now go. The Night
Doink.
Wings are the first to strike. Glory to the scribes.
And also, as part of this rite, you have to wear these raiments. And we're looking for people that can fit. And so we have a crew of everyone that can wear the raiments, basically.
Hey, Edwin, was it? Tell me something. Do you know how to fly? I wish I did right about now. Then listen up. My blood sister there, she'll swoop right past you if you're careless. But we harps simply cannot get much altitude down here. So, if she goes for any unfair tricks, just jump for it and catch her in the act. She always hated when I used to do that to her.
Yes. Her wings have served her true. One false move. Righteous fire.
Get dunked on. Scrubs. Nope.
Exactly by the point.
Damn you, Pamitha! You are no true Thane! To think that you have the gall to call me sister, still after everything you wrought upon us! I hate to break it to you, Tamitha, but I don't think my actions, how much they hurt you, had any effect on our familial status. Look, I know I wronged you. That's why I'm here. You don't know my side of the story. Your side of the story. If I wanted to hear more lies and deceptions, I'd have asked the Commonwealth to stay my sentence for a while. Well, if you come all this way to face me, Pamitha, then come and do it. You and me.
You think you see Pamitha shake her head.
Everyone, stay back.
What is it those two think they're doing? The rights are not
Well,
the place to settle.
that was anticlimactic.
And it is done.
Hey, Stinky
The
Sharks.
Knights prevail yet again. Their hapless adversaries
Um,
no chance.
About the same, to be honest, although now I'm losing, like, the mid notes of my voice, which is making some of these voices crackly and crumbly.
You Commonwealth filth. Only through that traitor's help could you have beaten us. You postponed the coming of our liberty. But we are ever patient, and our sisters on the other side shall have their day, with or without my aid. Damn it, wait.
Oh, God, my voice. One sec. I need some water.
Damn it, wait. Please. You found good company there, Pamitha. May you wither here with them.
I hope sincerely we shan't ever meet again. Pamatha stands motionless as her blood sister departs. Tizo is trying to let Pamatha know that the others are returning to the wagon. Sure, I don't see why not.
The 8 scribes bless us with their ways.
I used to think the scribes were just the stuff of stories, but all of this is really their doing, isn't it?
Enlightenment seldom avails itself to simple imps.
Tizo feels solemn respect for the rites in all their myriad complexities.
Tis the influence of the imp scribe.
Until the stars align.
After overcoming the essence almost effortlessly, you and the others return to your wagon to consider your next move and how best to integrate Pamatha into the group. Don't worry, I won't be staying any longer than it takes. I like my air fresh so I can sleep up on the roof. I trust the rites will cause my path and Tamatha's to cross again before long. You're welcome with us for now, Pamatha. Trust is what got us here. Ain't that right, Rookie? But Rookie does not seem to hear the question. He has been rather quiet since encountering your new guest. Pamatha shoots him one of her smiles. He stammers something about having to check the wagon wheels again. He runs off. During this discussion, the minstrel pulls you aside. Reader, if I ask a moment of your time outside.
Consul simpletavas.
There is somewhere I may ask we go here in Black Basin. By your leave, provided the stars allow it. Would you look upon them for us, please? In the glade of Lu. The great sap scholar, Lu Sklorian, here vanquished the root titan, limbless Arizek. Directly due west. Then, it is just as my client indicated. This client of yours, our informant, Sandal. He entrusted us with this work, this quest. Why? What does he want from us? You may ask him yourself. He awaits us somewhere in the waking. You wait. The labyrinth of a forest on the western half of Black Basin. Few know their way around. The path to the sacred Mount Elodiel lies far beyond these suffocating woods. How do we find him? He shall find us. It seems you are soon to finally meet Sandalwood at dawn. You shall have to cross a single narrow path leading west, where he supposedly awaits. Ooh, moonshine. Wait, I can drink a load of it. More.
More. More.
Okay, clearly there's nothing this does apart from little blurries. Maybe one more. More! Pamitha seems to have something on her mind. You approach Pamitha, who has kept to herself since she joined your small band. You sense she is unaware of you as she preens her flight feathers, but then she speaks up before you can do the same. Come to check up on me, reader darling. In those first moments when we met, that vote of confidence in me which you relayed to that nice headwind boy, I'm grateful you were willing to see past these wings. One of your kind's ancient enemies just happens to insert herself into your group, and you just go with it. However, I assure you that my motives here are plain. You'll see. I've business with my blood sister Tamitha, and nothing more. You briefly met, I think. She's quite the catch. As to the little quibble between us, well, it's a long story, and all in all, one that's frankly no one's business but hers and mine. Surely we'll run into her again, maybe not soon, but in time, and we'll have the rest of our long lives to wait. Anyway, happy to aid you in your quest, until such time, especially to the extent that it aids me in mine. A simple exchange. Until then, stay vigilant, darling. You needn't concern yourself with the making small talk with someone like me. And besides, we harps have a saying, liars abound. She swoops away before you can respond. My Emperor... No, I read this one already. The wagon has hit a snag descending the Black Crags. Its wheel is stuck. Jodariel is not pleased. First that blasted little bird, now this. Though you lack Jodariel's raw strength, you join in as she attempts to dislodge the wagon. At last, with a roar and a heave, she forces the wagon back onto solid ground. May this sandalwood be worth all of the hassle. Thank you, Jody. I'm guessing sandalwood doesn't like to be kept waiting. He is very patient. On the contrary. Not I. Let us move along. Soon the wagon is prepared to press onward, down the jagged slopes toward Wakingwood. Your companions who explored ahead advise on which of the forked paths is best. Lands to the east of Wakingwood riddle with black crags. Pamitha says she can procure a talisman here. To be like a talisman. Lands on a northern plateau over Wakingwood, pocked with seething fishes. Sir Gilman claims he can dig up something valuable here. To be like a talisman. Having gone the route Pamitha recommends, she directs you towards a particular crag no more conspicuous than the other. They clip our wings just before they cast us down, you know. But just the same, we learn to flit around a bit. Just watch. Pamitha swoops up to a nearby peak and disappears behind it. She does not keep you waiting long and returns bearing an item of sort. For you, reader darling, we high-wing remnants stash away such things for such occasions. Ooh, that is a nice talisman. Guys, I'm gonna head up a quick. Be right back here. I need some food.
From the plains that sleep below to the canyons open wide, hear the song of gentle morning for the lost and lonesome bride. On the hill and in the valley, where the weeping flowers hide, from the song of gentle morning for the lost and lonesome bride. Now he roams through hill and valley, and the canyons open wide, singing songs of gentle morning for his lost and lonesome bride, for his lost and lonesome bride.
Okay, I am with food. Stop.
Most personally, he ought to have met us here. He said he would find us himself. He was to find us at the edge of these woods. We supposed to be waiting for him? He would desire for the stars to be your guide, as always. The rights beckon, and the rights take precedence above all else. Surely he shall find us yet. Then let's keep moving. How do we get through these woods? The lone minstrel notes two possible paths forward from this point, though cautions that the woods are difficult to navigate, and Sandalwood would have known the most expedient path. Greymoor contains the grandest trees in all of Wakingwood. The lone minstrel says his client Sandalwood once resided here. Needlefield, a small clearing east of the glade of Loo. The lone minstrel says his client Sandalwood studied the rites. I want to see the grandest trees. Sandalwood has led a long life compared with any of you. In the latest years of his exile, he became rather reclusive for a variety of reasons he shall no doubt explain. He found some solace here in these woods, though I fear I cannot locate his residence without him. Unfortunately, you find no trace of Sandalwood. Without him there to guide you, you remain quite lost. The woods seem to have encroached. There is no path forward, while neither of the paths leading backward appear to match the route you took to this point. The Impetizo wishes to go towards the southern path through Wakingwood. Ray seems drawn to the Burnt Grove. Burnt Grove. The woods are so disorienting at this point that you decide to break for camp, and survey the surroundings for any clues. Perhaps later there shall be time to pursue your vocation. I sense my lovely reader has returned. Then how may I assist you? I am always prepared to cut your idiots and their egos down to size. Who shall it be? You ask Sandra to administer one of her special trials for Jodariel. That surly demon, is it? If she could stand to lighten up, though I fear that is not a secret I can teach. But let us bring her forth regardless. Soon Jodariel appears in heed of the summons. What is the meaning of this, reader? What is the meaning of this, reader? Where are the others? The apparition Sandra appears and loosens her mask.
Welcome to my humble home, demon. You are good at taking orders, no? State your purpose quickly, Wraith. My purpose is to put you to the test. You may be fearsome to behold, but you are old and slow. Your weaknesses perhaps outweigh your strengths, though I sorely wish to see you and your lovely reader prove me wrong. Old, she says. Very well then, reader. Let us show her whether she is right. Crushing it, chat. Ah, bastard. So close. Hey, kitty cat. A victory. Are you satisfied now, Wraith? I am never satisfied, demon. However, your performance was sufficient, and you passed my test. Thus, congratulations are in order to you and your lovely reader. Now, farewell. That was a strange experience. What do you have there? Let's get that quick. This game is incredibly story heavy. Most Supergiant games are, but this is like pretty much all narrative and very little gameplay. That's why I said it reminded me a lot of Oregon Trail. He was here! He was here! You mean sandalwood? If I may ask, how can you be so certain? I think from this. It says something. I don't know what it says, but I feel like it has to mean something. Ray produces a small strip of bark she found in the ashes. At first, it seems like nothing of interest until you see a message carved on the side. You found a bark strip. It must mean something. On it is written, "Come to Cinderroot." Yes. So it's some kind of message from the sandalwood guy. Seemed that way. Which way to Cinderroot? A hushed clearing south of the glade of Loo. Grounds well traveled by saps, knowledgeable in the rites. It is due west. Perhaps we can set forth early tomorrow, when the wolves are still. Sounds good. Everyone rest up. Big day coming up. Also, I hope these various voices aren't too fucking cringe. I think it would be incredibly boring just to hear my regular tone for every single character, of which there have been many. It's Mentor Ray.
You teach me more about the rats?
Ray gains a somewhat stronger grip of how to better pass the celestial orb through strength of will and trust in one's triumvirate, rather than through dexterity alone. She nods in understanding.
The orb is from the stars, I think. Or maybe it is one.
It does add some flavor to it, Brian. Like, it adds flavor to it for me as well. Seasoning character. Season your shit. Season your characters. Yes. You arrive on the outskirts of Cinderroot. Once again, the informant Sandalwood is nowhere to be found. You sense the hopes of your companions waning as your search through the area yields nothing. Then, something startles the little imp, Tizo. Tizo seems to be crying out in surprise. He has spotted something or someone. A tall figure strides forwards from the trees, making a sound like laughter. The imp charges toward him and leaps right into the figure's arms. They embrace. Hail, Tizo! But you look famished here. The tall sap produces something that the imp swallows immediately and with great pleasure. The lone minstrel nods his head in affirmation. Everyone, I wish to introduce you to my client, Wolfred Sam. It has been too long, Wolfred, sir. Too long indeed, Tariq. I trust your new companions bring some color to your days. They do, sir. I think that you shall find them worthy of the Nightwing. The sap looks upon the lot of you. You cannot sense his thought. Saps, tree-like creatures known for their ingenuity, cleverness, and ambition, having allied with them, the Commonwealth achieved in decades what it could not have achieved in centuries. We shall see. Then he turns to you. You must be the reader. I'm certain that we all appreciate your efforts here, my boy. Though we shall manage to on our own from here on out. What? You're welcome to continue on with us, of course, though you are free to go. I trust you have been adequately compensated for your time. Thanks as well for looking after all my books. You consider what to say to all of this. I'm in Sister's Day. You stand your ground, meeting Volfred's steady gaze, and assert to him that you do not feel your commitments to and from this group have not yet been satisfied. Hold on. Volfred, sir, I'm Hedwin. My companions and I are the ones who answered your call. We followed the signs you left for us. Now we're here, thanks to you and also to this reader. Not just a reader. He is our friend. My friend. He's not disposable. We made him a promise, and our freedoms are now intertwined. Volfred smirks at this. Freedom's not something to be traded or exchanged, my boy. I'd hoped that you'd have come to grasp this much by now. He breathed a sigh. It seems we've started off on the wrong foot. It's not my wish to sour the occasion, but there's much to do. You have a right you need to get to, do you not? I'll come along, though shall not interfere. For it seems you have a kinship with this reader of yours. Now then, Tariq. Aye, Wolfred, sir. Come, let's have a chat. Of course, sir. Volfred strides along. Jesus. Volfred takes away Dad's ability to read. Volfred strides along towards the. Why am I saying along? Fucking god. Volfred strides toward the black wagon. That has the charm, which must have belonged to him. You sense many conflicting emotions among your companions. More beer is what I need. And more beer is what I need. More beer is what I almost yeeted all over my desk. Your wagon cuts through a clearing to arrive at the glade of Lu, where the stars directed you. Volfred nods his approval, but leaves everyone to their devices. Brian, you haven't met my favorite character yet. Falcon Ron.
Oh, hey, you guys. You know, I guess I didn't get the word out about this new franchise we've opened here just now. So, I'll give you a great deal. Just tell your friends, okay? Oh, and hey there, Mr. Sandalwood.
Good day to you as well, Ron.
Great taste. Yeah. Great taste.
He's a great character. Falcon Ron, a traveling sales creature and proprietor of the Downside Slugma. Oh, you can make him be quiet. Neat. Look at that face.
Malo, Meliotion face.
Pleasure was all mine and Dad's, you guys.
Actually, I need to go back in here.
Tyler face.
No way, they're back already, Dad.
Should test a Salameos.
Wish you guys would have bought something. Maybe.
As you approach Volfred, you feel very much aware that you reside within his black wagon, rather he in yours. He studies you in silence for a time, then, Tariq, if you have a moment. Ah, Volfred, sir, what is it? This reader, you deem him worthy by your estimation? The lone minstrel tilts his hat in your direction. If you wish my own estimation, Volfred, sir, then I do. Of course, it is not entirely for me to say, but I have seen this reader integrating with the others well. I believe that his achievements are self-evident in having reached Black Basin. Your instructions were deliberately difficult to follow, yet he and the others followed them. Indeed, your words make sense as ever, Tariq. And what does little Tizo think of him, I wonder? Tizo indicates, as a matter of fact, he's happy to have you around. There you have it, sir. I see. He continues to examine you. High praise isn't oft spoken by those two, my boy. Nonetheless, I shall be watching you. Now, pardon us, Tariq and I have matters to discuss. Awfully dismissive. They leave without another word, although you think you notice the low minstrel look your way over his shoulder. Emperor Mur, scarcely could I recognize him when at last I found him, a half-starved animal, horns sprouted from his head, a bestial mirror of his blackened reputation, and I, a man who conquered countries, feared my emperor then in such a way as I had never known. My charge had been to slay this man, but when I discovered him, he was already fighting for his life. The little imp Haub proved of little help against the sisters of the Arch, whose entire lives were culminating in this instant. I was unable to watch. My heart ached with such pity for the man, and for the love I felt for him when I have served him, that I sprang to his defense. You and your fellow exiles arrived at the sacred site called Glade of Lu, and now look to the stars in the sky to signal the beginning of the next rite. The woods about you bring a sense of tranquility you have not felt in some time, but then you notice one of the trees move. It shuffles towards you and regards you with an exaggerated bow.
Well, goodness, by the roots of Lu Sclorian, it would appear the rumors are correct. The Nightwings have returned. Oh, but where are my manners? One moment.
The sap claws at his mask with wispy fingers.
Much better.
H. Manly Tinderself, at your service. Perhaps you've heard of me? My fellows and myself, you perhaps know us as the Chastity. We soon shall stand against you in the rites. For now I am just whiling away the time, making small talk. Now then, as I have introduced myself, your turn. To whom am I speaking? Then, in your mind's eye, you see Volfred. Hear his voice. Manly Tinderself is not to be trusted. Reveal neither yourselves to him, nor me. Well? Beneath her mask, Jodariel stares back at him in silence. You suspect Volfred's message may have reached every member of the group. Why now? Oh, very rude indeed. Well, fine. Ignore me, but you do so to your peril. Anyhow, once this evening's rite commences any moment now, then I'm afraid ignoring me won't be an option any longer. Oh, and I do believe the sky is beginning to show. We'll have to chat again some other time. Now, come along, come along. Manly bows again and wanders off into a clearing as the stars begin to burn.
Once again, the stars align themselves before you, reader. And here now at the Glade of Liu, I have to say, you've come so very far. But there are those, such as your adversaries called the Chastity, who have toiled for this too. They know that with their freedom comes great opportunity. It could be yours instead. Please show the Chastity that the Nightwings are superior.
I wonder, oh honored Nightwing, how well you know these woods. Why, these woods would strangle you, and I'm afraid I could do little to stop them, even if I tried. You might do better to beware of them. When Jodario continues to ignore him, he grows upset.
Why, you insolent! Then, fine. Let us begin the dance, indeed.
He shoves his mask back on in a huff. And allow me to thank you in advance for helping me return unto my proper station in the Commonwealth.
Who shall stand together here this night? Ray, Ruki, Jodariel. It is done.
I shall gladly pick apart that manly character. Are you quite ready finally, O Nightwings? May all those masks of yours ensure no harm should come to any of your lovely countenances. Now, come along, come along. Let's give the stars a show. That's cheating. May I present to you Humboldt Manley Jr. Why, he is every bit my equal and is poised to guarantee the Tin Star Flying to have a bright, bright future. He goes on and on about his sapling for a while. Can he be quiet now so we can do this right, maybe? Yeah, my thoughts exactly. Come on, let's get it. No, isn't he just the most precious thing you've ever seen? Hmm? The sapling is nothing but an extension of Manly. If he is banished, the sapling should cease to trouble you as well.
Manly and his offspring hold no small degree of influence within the Commonwealth, reader. There are many who would welcome his return, though none so much as he himself.
Can I stop?
Now, take it! The Nightwings make their mark upon the flame.
Cut down, Nightwing. Oh ho, what's this? It seems the woods are closing in upon our little soiree. Oh, do be careful now. These grasping roots and vines, they may not hold you in such high esteem as I.
Your adversary Manly is comfortable in this suffocating glade. Yet he longs now for the comfort of his Commonwealth estate.
Oh,
Pathetic. No mercy shown. Sublime.
so fast, so zoom. Oh dear, the woods are closing in, uncomfortably close at that. Whatever shall we do? Perhaps if you just stand aside a while, you could put an end to this that much the sooner.
Quench now, their pyre. Simply monstrous. Ray did it!
Say, have any of you noticed how it's feeling rather crowded out here? Hmm? Almost as if the 100 Minds himself. Third of the 8 scribes of the Book of Rites, known as the Wise, or the Philosopher. He is said to have fathomed every thought, and his wisdom flows through the river of his name. The 100 Minds himself resents you for being here. Yes, I rather think that's it.
So cease with all your scurrying about with that damned orb and let me handle this.
How fine. Jodariel plunged into their pyre.
All right, you Nightwings, I've had it up to here with you. Or perhaps I've simply had it up to here with all of these encroaching plants, these miserable things. Either way, I don't appreciate how you're ignoring me.
There. And it is done. The Nightwings once
Easy.
again prevailed? Twas as though the scribes themselves stood by their side.
The ceremony is complete.
I have a mouthful of food.
Yeah, that's how we do it, people.
Good. That imbecile of a sap. So much talk and hot air. Well, my. Oh, why not, oh, Nightwings? I'm not angry with you, honestly. But I am very, very, very disappointed. I thought perhaps that we had something going here between us. You scratch my back, I scratch yours and all. Instead, however, you decided to spit in my face. Fine. We'll have to see where all your rudeness gets you now. Ta-ta!
Always is there greater knowledge to be gained.
Utter nonsense, all of this, that we have come this far. Fortune alone cannot be the cause.
Until the next rite.
That is well done, my boy. I am beginning to see why your companions vouched for you. Don't let it go to your head, of course. After prevailing over the chastity rather decisively, you return to your wagon to consider your next move. An adequate performance back there. Adequate. Yes, adequate. For the next part of our plan, go, have your reader there consult the stars, see where they take you next. I'll give you a hint. It's further north. It's going to be higher.
Did this knight hear you say high up?
And it's going to be cold. Well, say, come on, my friend. Let's go. Let's have a look outside there. That plan Volfred mentioned. I just want to know. I don't know what he means. We're here because we're going to be free again. We won't be living out our days as exiles. That's the only plan, as far as I'm concerned. But there's always a catch, right? We'll see what Volfred has to say. Anyway, I'll leave you to it. No matter what, we're getting closer thanks to you. Once more, you look toward the heavens. Am I getting close to beating this game? I don't feel like I know anything about the other characters other than Headwind. So now you see it for yourself. You are summoned to the north, where looms Mount Elodiel, the sacred mountain, on whose summit the rites were first conceived. Whether its summit is the downside's closest point to the Commonwealth or the farthest, none can say. And at the very top of it, the fall of Solium. Volfred, sir, how did you know? Volfred smiles back at him, but you sense his thoughts as though he is directing them at you.
I too can read, my boy. Forbidden the
Sleep well, Brian. Thanks for hanging out. He turns back to Hedwig. Your reader's skills, while rare, are not unique. But as I said, I'll let him do the job. I see that you have something special going on here, which benefits the plan. What plan? I thought this was about our freedom. Oh, fear not, my boy, it is indeed. Plenty of time to tell you about it on the way. For now, however, you look like you can use some rest. And for that matter, so can I. If you'll excuse me. You sense your companions are exhausted from their recent travels. Given the road ahead, you agree it would be best to take the night to recover as much as possible.
Instrusamtis. Temple agitensa.
At dawn, Volfred is already up. He reveals to you a pathway through the woods into the cold lands to the north, beyond which lies your next destination. You get clear of the woods at last, and arrive in lands grown cold from the shadow of Mount Elodiel. You will have to make it all the way to the top. In a moment of respite, Volfred calls everyone together to discuss matters pertaining to the rites and the plan to which he alluded. You banded together with a common faith that freedom from the downside is not possible, not impossible, am I correct? But let me ask you something. What does freedom even mean to you? He looks in your direction, defying you to answer. You cannot sense his own thoughts on the subject, only know the truth of how you feel. To live without fear. You tell Volfred that freedom means living without fear, not being subject to persecution or retaliation for one's thoughts and choices. He considers your remarks for a short while. Good answer, my boy. I happen to agree. Fear takes hold in freedom's wake. But fear is a natural impulse, is it not? A common feeling we all share from time to time, a deeply rooted impulse there to aid our judgment and spur us on to acts of courage. If not for fear, I doubt we would accomplish very much in life, and just now, we stand upon the brink of accomplishing something vital. He turns his attention to the whole group. Now, let me tell you what freedom means. To me. Freedom means to live without fear, just as your reader stated. To able to indulge one's curiosities and passions, at least the ones that cause no harm to others, without the constant threat of judgment and reprisal. Freedom means not being made a criminal for what you know or whom you love or what you choose to think or not think. He looks out toward the distant mountain. Within the next few days, your time in exile could come to an end. You could see the Commonwealth once more, and you would be exalted there, given the highest honor, the opposite of how you got here. But you would not be truly free, I think. At the least, you would become complicit to an ancient system that would deign to cast down others such as you. It is a system whose well-intentioned founding principles have been long lost, and the 8 scribes, if they are still out there, have made quite clear they shall not intervene first. That is where you come in. He turns to you and everyone again, looking to each one of you. Long have I wished to gather such a group that together you might see that seeking freedom only for yourselves is too modest of a goal. You share a higher calling. The plan then is this. We free each other from the downside through the rights, and then we meet up on the other side. We organize. Each new moon at dusk we join together at the Spiral Sanctum, the burned down remains of the old capital of the Commonwealth. We need as many of us there as possible. My agents on the other side shall explain this. You're planning a revolt. Just so. I am asking a lot. You do have other options. Deceit, however, is not one of them. The reader and myself, you know by now that we can see through it. But you need not be a part of this, nor is it in my interest to coerce you. You may go your own way if you wish. Live out your remaining days here, like so many others. So if anyone amongst you prefers that, you cannot see yourself continuing to strive together in the Commonwealth as you are doing here, then speak now. Volfred pauses for a time, examining each member of the group. No one stirs. Very good. Some of you consider yourselves friends, some others not, but all of you are bound together to do the rights and are integral to our plan. Remember that. You seek true freedom? You will not find it waiting for you in the Commonwealth, but together you can bring it about, both for yourselves and others. That is my promise. Then he lets out a long breath. That's it. I ask you all to think on this, and let's reconvene along our journey to the summit. Volfred turns toward the mountains, leaving you to consider what he said, and plot the wagon's northern path. Beyond Elodia, I suggest we make camp here at the base of the mountain, for we shall need our spirits and our strength to make the ascent. There you are, boy. There was something which I wanted to discuss with you in private. Volfred stares at you rather intently as if reaching out to you, and then you do know what it means to be a reader. Those such as we are not limited to reading pages from a book. Though your ability in this, I sense, is nascent, mere flashes, uncontrollable. I see as well now. They haven't told you yet. Your friends. That explains a lot. They haven't told you, readers such as you cannot go free. I had wondered why you would insist on pressing onward with this group in light of this. The answer then was plain. You simply did not know or fully realize. They did not deceive you, by the way. There is no reason they would know themselves other than Tariq, who shall not influence your thinking in such matters. Rather, I had expected, when at first we met, that you already knew the truth of this from having read the passage in the Book of Rites, which states it plain. Only those who conduct the rites first hand shall walk the path toward enlightenment and become eligible to regain their freedom. Perhaps you had not gotten to that part. Volfred breaks free from you and looks at you again, then speaks to you as normal. It is plain that you are not in adequate condition to conduct the rites. And this group values you as a reader. I only wish to ensure you understand what you're getting into here. Despite whatever hopes and dreams and promises might have been shared, I do not think the rites can help you to return, if that is what you had in mind. So, once again, I invite you to depart, and I will see to it that you are compensated. Do not misunderstand. If it is your wish to remain, then you are welcome. But this journey we are on, it has no guarantees, not for you, nor any one of us. Do you understand? You understand the words of warning, yet just the same you choose to carry on. There is more that you wish to achieve on this journey than freedom, self. I admire that, my boy. Then, very well. Know that we have much at stake here in this, anyway, much more than just a shot at going back into that commonwealth which cast us down here to begin with. It sounds like you intend to stick around. Then we'll have lots more time to chat as we ascend the sacred mountain in the coming days. Until then. He strides out of the wagon then, leaving you with your thoughts. Earlier, Volfred called for a group meeting, presumably to reveal his plan in more detail. Instead, he reveals some bad news. Wait, what are you saying? What I'm saying, my boy, is that while you can indeed get yourself out of here, it can't be all of you at once. We earn our way back one by one, or not at all. But I swore that we go free together. We may go free together yet, but it's going to take time, and this is only the first phase. You, Edwin, and the others exchange glances. Let me make this plainer for you still. Here's how the coming days are going to unfold. First, we are going to ascend Mount Elodiel there to the north. You may not think this wagon's fit for it, though rest assured, it's made the journey many times. Next, we'll pass through the Scribe's Gate. Only the worthy pass through there, as your reader could attest, if he did not merely skim that chapter of the book. Afterwards, we'll reach the Fall of Soliam and meet our adversaries in the rites. They are to be the Tempers, led by the demon Ignarius. You all know him when you see him. Both you and they shall choose someone from your respective ranks. Then, once one of the triumvirates prevails, that somebody will be whisked home to the Commonwealth. Whisked home to the Commonwealth? Precisely. Once returned, our somebody is taken in and clothed and fully pardoned. The Commonwealth knows about all this? The same Commonwealth that says a sentence into exile is forever and freedom from the downside is impossible? Many of these details the scribes themselves wished kept secret. Former exiles and the leaders of Commonwealth alike have good incentive to protect those secrets well. So then, that's it. We climb the mountain, someone goes back, and everyone else stays. For most of those participating in the rites, yes, that's it. But I like your connotation, and indeed, for us, that isn't it at all. If one of us returns, it shall be just a step along our path. However, let's let that sit for now. Gather your strength. We'll talk again on our way up. Volfred leaves the rest of you to consider what he said. You have time now for your vocations. At dawn, you shall begin your ascent of Mount Elodiel. Alright, folks. I'm running out of voice here to keep on going. So, I think it's about time we locate a friend to raid. Let's see who's online. We are gonna go and raid. Who are we gonna go and raid? I'm gonna go raid our buddy Tuna for lunch. For those of you who are subscribed, here's a raid message. Thank you all for hanging out and listening to my cheesy voices. Appreciate all of you. Hope you have a wonderful evening. And I'll catch you in the next one.